Hey everybody, Kevin Duffy here from Mass Live, joined by Mark Daniels of the Providence Journal. It is now 2:08 in the morning, and we're here after the Pats 34-27 win. Mark, I think there's no other place to start but the fake punt. Your thoughts?
What in the world did we actually witness? That was my thought. That's by far the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in a football game happen. And I think after the game, you could tell the Patriots players were pretty confused as well on what actually happened and why Griff Whalen actually snapped the ball when he had, four Patriots hovering over him. It was bizarre, and I guess it kind of cost the Colts the game. I mean, it was a one-score game at the end, but that's also counting the kind of garbage touchdown. So.
Right. I wouldn't necessarily say it cost them the game, but I think it was an unnecessary move.
Yeah.
You know, they were in the game.
Mm-hmm.
They were playing competitive football. That's kind of a move that if you're like a 1AA team trying to beat like an FBS team, like if you're Appalachian State playing Michigan, that's something you do. But not in a game like that. Not if you're, you played them pretty tight. I just didn't really get it. And obviously the execution was terrible. The Colts punter, Pat McAfee, said that it was one of the worst failed plays of all time, I think, was how he put it. So just, you really start there. And besides that play, where else?
Well, I mean, it's funny because the Patriots put up over 30 points again for the fourth game in a row, and Tom Brady was actually pissed off after the game. He was unhappy. He said they left a lot of plays out there, a lot of points on the board. I mean, through 5 games, Kevin, they have scored the most points any Patriots team has ever scored. They actually beat the record by 1 point over the 07 team.
Yeah.
So they're rolling right now.
It's not surprising to me.
It's not surprising, and Brady's pissed off, which is that's a bad sign for the Jets next week and for a lot of other NFL teams who are on the schedule.
And the Jets could be a tough game for them.
Yeah,
But
I think so.
Ultimately, I still think today was not their A game. Tough environment on the road against a team that is kind of finding itself. I think the Colts they started off very poorly, but I think they are getting better. It's obvious to me the Patriots are the best team in the league.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any question about that.
It's not a question. I mean, I guess you could say there's some concern now over cornerback. It was interesting. Patrick Chung and Devin McCourty both played corner tonight. That's not going to continue, I would think. I would think they have to search somewhere, anywhere, and find a veteran cornerback. They don't need a number one. They need a Terrell Brown, and they just lost Terrell Brown.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you're not talking about going out and trading for Revis or Richard Sherman, but you need some more bodies there, some more experience, because you're playing guys who, I mean, Justin Coleman, they must be very high on him because they signed him, got him off Seattle's practice squad, and Melvin too. But these are inexperienced players, so going forward, we'll see if that has an impact. And really, I think the final takeaway from this game is just the injuries. Slater looked not great in the locker room afterward. He was really not moving too much, but when he had to walk, you could tell that, I mean, not sure the extent of his injury. It didn't look good. Jabal Sheard also left the game, but he was in the locker room and looked fine afterwards. So.
Yeah. And then Marcus Cannon left with a toe injury after the first series. Yep. This is after they placed Nate Solder in IR, and all of a sudden Marcus Cannon doesn't return. You don't see him in the locker room after the game. That's kind of worrisome. Because Cam Fleming, I'll be honest, he didn't perform that bad in this game, but he also got cut in August and spent all this season on the practice squad. I don't think he's a long-term answer at tackle, so that's something to monitor.
Yeah, and this was a Colts team that came in with 6 sacks in 5 games. This was not one of the better pass rushers that the Pats are going to see. So, we'll get back with you guys next week against the Jets, which I think is going to be a pretty competitive game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Darrell Revis he's coming back to Foxborough for better or worse. They have a very good defense, a very good secondary. They're built to, I guess, compete with the Patriots on paper. We'll see if they can do it.
We will see. It's all from Lucas Oil Stadium.